You're listening to episode 92 of the Nichole Banks Podcast, How to Break the Cycle of Attracting the Wrong Guys. Welcome to the Nichole Banks Podcast, where divorced women heal, grow, and find new love and dare to begin thriving. I'm Nichole, your divorce recovery coach and happy hour queen. If you're a Gen Xer ready to shake things up, level up, and have some fun, you're in the right place. Buckle up. We're getting into today's episode starting now. Hello. And of course, welcome back to the Nichole Banks Podcast, your go-to spot for all things healing, heartache, and happiness after divorce. Now, if you're new here, I am Nichole Banks, your twice divorced, but happily in love divorce coach. And I'm so glad you found us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode, whether you're recently divorced, thinking about it, or just need a fresh start. Hello, my little Gen Xers. You are in the right place. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that many of us can actually relate to, breaking the cycle of attracting the wrong guys. Now, hold up. There are some women going, I just want to attract a guy. Okay, so I promise there's going to be upcoming episodes just for you. I've got some things coming in the works that are going to give you some amazing dating tips and things such as that. Yes, to help you find love. Okay, those are coming. Today's episode is about breaking the cycle of attracting the wrong guys. I'm going to ask you, have you ever found yourself sitting across from yet another guy who checks all the wrong boxes, wondering how the heck did you end up here again? If you're nodding along, trust me, you are not alone. So do me a favor. Let's check in real quick. How the heck are you? What's going on in your world? Be real with me. Of course, you can always share anything you want to with me at Nichole. It's Nichole at NicholeBanks.com. Don't forget, I spell my name with an H. I'm loving the emails. Keep them coming. So let's do this. Turn on your treadmill, grab a glass of wine, get cozy, do whatever you need to do. Some of you all are multitasking. Some of you are walking with me. Some of you are driving with me. Wherever it is that you are, let's talk about why we keep falling for the same types of guys and how we can finally break free from this frustrating pattern. I'm ready. Let's go. So let me set the stage here. Okay. Have you ever found yourself dating the same type of guy, just in a different body? At first, it feels like, oh, he's charming, he's fun, maybe even too good to be true. But before you know it, you're back in the same place, feeling frustrated, unfulfilled, and stuck. It's like a bad Groundhog Day episode, right? Been there, done that. I kept wondering why I was attracting the same emotionally unavailable, commitment phobia guys until I realized I was stuck in a cycle. And that cycle was all about what I was subconsciously allowing into my life. Here's the good news. Once you recognize the pattern, you can break it. And trust me, when I finally figured this out, everything changed. So the why behind it all is simply, why do we keep attracting the wrong people? Here is the hard truth. It's not about bad luck, ladies. It's about what we believe about ourselves. If deep down we think we're not worthy of real love and that you need to settle for what you can get, that belief is going to show up in the kind of guys you attract. I am going to repeat this. I have clients I help all the time with. I can only date married men. Okay, first of all, BS. You're choosing to date married men. That's a choice, right? So there's that. And that's a whole nother episode, just throwing that out there. But some of my clients, I have a client in particular that literally, when she came to me, was dating 3 married men at the time because that's all she thought she could get. And is it a self-worth issue? A lack of self-confidence issue? A boundaries issue? What do you think it is? Food for thought. Think about that. If you know someone who's single, beautiful, inside and out and is dating 3 married men at a time because that's all she thinks she can get. What is her issue? What is the concern here? Right? I know. It's about what we believe about ourselves. If deep down you think you're not worthy of real love and that you need to settle for what you can get, that belief is going to show up in the kind of guys you attract. She was attracting married men, and AKA these married men said that their wives are familiar with them being in an open relationship. Now, of course, if you believe that, I've got property to sell you. It's beautiful. You can't wait to get your hands on it. For real. I know it sounds tough, but actually, it's super empowering. It means that you, my beautiful friends, have the power to change it. You're in control of the narrative. You can rewrite it. You're the director of your own life. I have had so many women reach out and share how doing this inner work has been a game changer for them. It's not just about finding a new partner. It's about finding yourself first. And I promise you, all of my clients go, wow, love me, and then I will find love. See, you have to remember you deserve the love in which you are wanting to give someone. I've helped so many clients understand that you first, always, 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 always. I'm going to repeat that. Always you first. You put yourself first. Your mindset, your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your financial well-being, your spiritual well-being if need be. All the well-beings. I say this all the time. You've got to protect your well-being. Your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, and your spiritual well-being if need be. Okay? I'm a big believer in that. But it starts with you. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So we're talking about your mindset, changing your mindset, because once you find yourself first, that guy, that partner, that amazing companion is going to step into your life, and you're not going to take advantage of it, and he or they will not take advantage of you. It's beautiful. It's epic. I live for these days. Now let's get into the good stuff. How to break the cycle once and for all. We're going to lay out the game plan to start attracting the right kind of love. Okay? So there are 5 steps. And the first step is do the self-work first. Ladies, it all starts with you. You've got to get clear on your own worth and stop settling for anything less. This is where boundaries come into play. And you know I'm all about those boundaries. Okay, this is a shameless plug, but check out my Boundaries 101 course if you need to dive deeper into this. Understand and get clear on your own worth. And here is the kicker if you didn't hear it the first time. Stop settling for anything less. You meet a guy. He seems to be nice. He smells good. He's clean cut. He's everything on the outward appearance that you go, I kind of like what I'm seeing. You go out on a date. He's rude to the wait staff. He's demanding. He has no common courtesy, and yet you sit there. And yet you continue to sit there. You've already ordered your drinks. They haven't arrived yet. The date just started. You have your drink. He orders a second one before you've even had your third sip on yours. And he's just arrogant. And you continue to sit there. Now, in my mind, I'm over here going, looking out, especially what I know, because I've been here. I've done this. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, well, it's a date. I haven't been out in a while. Oh, maybe he's nervous. Maybe he had a bad day. I'm starting to, in my mind, make excuses for his behavior. And I say this out loud. I don't have a son. I have a daughter. I did not raise any boys. But I know for sure in my mind and in my own heart that if I had a son treat a woman like that, I would beat him upside the head. There's just no common courtesy excuses whatsoever. And yet I continued to sit there. So we have to ask ourselves, what are we willing to put up with? When we do the inner work, that man doesn't deserve my time. And I immediately say, this isn't going to work. I don't need to give him any other reason other than that. This isn't going to work. I grab my bag, I grab my coat, and I am out of there. If I need to, I'll throw a 20 on the table for the cocktail I barely drank. If you do the self-work first, dive deep into you and your own self-worth, and stop settling for anything less, you would have already left. Trust me when I say this. You deserve to be treated like you want to be treated. You deserve to be treated like you're treating him, like you're treating the waitstaff. You have manners. You have decent common courtesy. So number one is do the self-work first. Number two is identify your patterns. So what we want to do is take a hard look at your dating history. Is there a common thread? And maybe you're always drawn to the guys who are emotionally unavailable and who need fixing. Maybe you're that girl. Once you spot the pattern, you can avoid falling into it again. I always see a pattern with my brother, my youngest brother, my dear youngest brother. He's a beautiful soul. He's an amazing man, but he continues to fall into the pattern of finding the women he needs to fix. I mean, I say this truly. He rolls out the red carpet. It's flowers. It's a beautiful dining experience. They laugh. They have fun. He's into her. She's listening. He's listening. All is really good. But he always finds the gal that needs him for a reason. Oh, I'm being evicted. Oh, my roommate left. I'm short on rent. Oh, I have no car payment. I'm like, where are you finding these women? We need to figure out how to break this pattern. And it is exactly that. It's some self-esteem. It's what you're willing to put up with. And then he finds a gal that he ends up marrying. She's confident. She's got a job. She's got this, but he spoils her rotten and to the core. Beautiful diamond earrings and material things and trips and their honeymoon and lavish this and lavish that. And yes, he spent cash. And yes, he dipped into his savings account. And when she wanted to continue that lifestyle on her, he put a stop to it. And she says, what do you mean? He says, well, where do you think this all came from? It didn't come from just my job. I dipped into my savings. I did this, I did that. And then all hell broke loose. And I don't think they made it to their second year wedding anniversary. I'm just throwing that out there, right? There's a pattern. So you have to identify your patterns. What does it look like? Just take a minute, go back to your dating history. What does it look like? Is there a common thread? Number 3, you want to heal the old wounds. This is a big one. Let's be real. Attracting the wrong person often has something to do with unhealed wounds. Whether from past relationships or even childhood, emotional baggage can weigh you down. But healing takes time, and you deserve to give yourself that time. I am an advocate for you first. You first. Heal the wounds. That next date and that next relationship is going to be epic. You guys have probably heard this saying before. Hurt people hurt people. So that story of me sharing with you about the date of the guy being rude to the waitstaff and being rude, just being rude, no decency, no common courtesy. I'm like, maybe he was brought up that way, or maybe he's just a jerk, or maybe he's in pain. You with me on that? I'm like, literally, why was I sitting there? When I know myself, I'm like, this guy is not worth my time. There are no excuses. Even if he had a bad day, I should be his delight. I should be the light at the end of the rainbow of his bad day, if that makes sense. And vice versa. Listen, if you're having a shitty day, girls, and you feel like you're going to be just a total bitch on the date, don't go. Save the guy his time. Save yourself the frustration, right? Everybody has bad days. Nothing wrong with that. But you can articulate to him, listen, I'm not going to be the best company tonight. I just had a really bad day. Would love to postpone this And if you're cool with that, I would appreciate it. Those are the words you can use. Use my words. I don't care. Send me a text. I'll help you write it out. Do what you need to do. But if you're going to be a bitch because you're just being a bitch, don't go on the date. Save yourself some time, some headache, all the things. Save him. My God. See, and the thing is like, it's not just guys. Women can do the same, right? We can hurt other people because why? We're hurt. So heal the old wounds. Heal them. I promise you, it's going to save you some time and some frustration. Number 4 is trust your intuition. You know that little voice inside that tells you when something's off? Yeah, start listening to that. Your intuition is smarter than you give it credit. If something feels wrong, trust it. The right person will feel right, not just on the surface, but deep down where it counts. I think that's a huge one. Listen, when I first sat down, I felt like, whoa, was that sharp-tongued? Was that a rude comment to the waitstaff? I mean, he didn't even, just like I said, he didn't even have common courtesy. I should have just got up then, but no, I stopped. I'm on a date. He may be stressed. And again, made all the excuses for him, right? But the reality is like, no, he's just a jerk. He's probably injured and hurt and whatever. I'm not here to heal you. You do you. I'm doing me, and I got up. Number 5 is stop ignoring red flags. I think this goes along with number 4, right? You have to figure out what those red flags are. We've all done it. We've seen those red flags and thought, oh, but he'll change. Spoiler alert, he won't. You can't change someone. If you see the warning signs early, walk away. Trust me. Future you will thank you, okay? So all of a sudden, you're on a date and he seems to be really nice. The first date really well. You're on the second date and he is flirtatious with everyone that walks by him. And he cannot stop flirting. He's paying attention to so many other women that he doesn't even realize he's on a date. Yeah, that guy. That guy, you cannot change. You can't do it. Don't even try. Do yourself a favor and walk away. That is a red flag. We continue to ignore the red flags. Now, a red flag doesn't necessarily mean, hey, I've texted him 4 times today and he still has not responded. Is that a red flag or a green flag? Green flag means, yes, it's a good thing. That's a red flag. It takes 90 seconds for the average person, and of course we're all average, it takes 90 seconds for someone to look at their phone after hearing it ding. Whether they're working, driving, doesn't matter where their phone is. If they hear the noise that they have a text or an email coming in, or they feel the buzz, they will check it within 90 seconds. It takes 90 seconds for them to respond to hearing the ding of a text or the vibration of a text or an email. 90 seconds. How long do you think it takes to type out a text? Can't talk now, talk to you later. Hey, let me call you after work. I get off at 7, call you after an hour after. Okay, I'm just throwing this out there. Sometimes we have these high expectations and we don't let other people know what those expectations are. Sometimes we're hurt and we don't realize that that's something that my ex used to do in the past. Ignore me. So I want you to stop ignoring the red flags. If he's a jerk, he's a jerk. Move on. Okay. So here are the 5 things that we can do to start attracting the right kind of love. Number 1, do the self-work first. 2, identify your patterns. 3, heal the old wounds. 4, trust your intuition. And 5, stop ignoring red flags. So what is the new mindset you need? Here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. You deserve to be with someone who loves and respects you exactly as you are. The right partner will bring peace, not chaos, not drama, not self-doubt, not anxiety, not fear. And they'll see your worth without you having to prove it. It's about partnership, not projects. You want another project? Oh my God. Girl, ladies, listen up. We are too old and wise for this shit. We don't need another project. We want a partnership. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I get it. It took me 2 divorces to figure this out. But the best part is, once you shift your mindset, everything starts to fall into place. And if I can do it, you can too. Are you ready to break the cycle and start attracting the love you deserve? I know you are. Remember, it all starts with knowing your worth, setting boundaries, and trusting your intuition. And if today's episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend who might need a little pep talk too. New to the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. We're diving into how to rebuild your confidence after a breakup, and you definitely won't want to miss that. And one more thing before I go, come join me on Instagram at Ms. Nichole Banks. I'd love to hear from you. DM me, tell me what relationship patterns you've broken and how it has changed your life. Until next time, remember, you deserve to dare to begin again. That's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you're feeling as refreshed as a spiked lemonade on a hot day. If you love what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and spread the love. Want to go deeper? Check out my courses, women's retreats, and the Dare to Begin membership, where we put everything we've learned into action. NicholeBanks.com. Don't forget, I spell my name with an H. NicholeBanks.com. Until next time, keep leveling up and dare to begin.